have our histories, we know who we are, and we have a lot to share. Where should I be looking?
Good? Okay. Thank you for joining us, Michelle. I do have a lot of questions to ask you today. So first one is, can you tell us a little about yourself for the people that don't know you?
Sure. I'm Michelle Schenandoah. I'm a member of the Oneida Nation Wolf Clan of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And I live here in Syracuse, which is Onondaga Nation lands. And I'm the founder and the executive lead for the nonprofit Rematriation.
How did growing up in the Haudenosaunee culture influence you, and what is the essence of the Haudenosaunee culture?
It has influenced me in every way possible. And for me, the essence of being Haudenosaunee is really about peace. And we are ambassadors for peace, and we've been given a very beautiful message as a people. And so in each of our own unique ways, we bring that into the world.
Why did you decide to pursue a master's degree at the Newhouse School at Syracuse University after receiving your law degree?
I had these life-changing events that happened, and it brought me closer to working with a lot of our women. And so there was this graduate program at Newhouse. I was here in Syracuse, and I looked into it, and I got a full scholarship to go. And to me, that was a sign. I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. And what I really loved about Newhouse is that it's really very hands-on. So I was actually able to apply a lot of my learning almost instantly to developing Rematriation. So in fact, I launched Rematriation while I was in my graduate program at Newhouse.
Can you tell us about your entrepreneurial journey?
Sure. So I grew up with a family of artists, and they were all entrepreneurs in their own right. And so I kind of always grew up in that space of entrepreneurial mindset, I guess, and not realizing that that's necessarily what it was. I just kind of saw this as a way of life. But I always felt that I wanted to really just sort of follow my creative spirit.
Can you tell us a little bit about Rematriation?
Rematriation actually has its roots in indigenous midwifery. And so in the birthing process, we return, all that's sacred that a baby is born with and helps to keep the baby alive back into the earth. And so indigenous midwives were calling this the process of rematriation. And so at the same time that I'm beginning to do my work with a lot of our women and developing this online publication, I asked if I could use the word rematriation for this organization. So even though we started out as an online publication, now we do a lot of community work.
What is the importance of the connection between Syracuse University and the Haudenosaunee?
So Syracuse University is located directly in the heart of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy.
As we begin our celebration, I acknowledge with respect the Onondaga Nation, the firekeepers of the Haudenosaunee, the indigenous people on whose ancestral lands Syracuse University now stands.
With that, there is so much to be gained, and there's so much to be learned and so much to be shared. And I'm really grateful that Syracuse University, within its administration, has decided that it's important to have a relationship with the Haudenosaunee. They've developed a Haudenosaunee Promise Scholarship for our students to be able to be here at school. But in addition to that, you can see that they fly our flag on campus. And so that purple and white flag that people see is our flag that represents who we are. And the more that we can be friends, as our collective ancestors decided over 400 years ago, that it only can continue on a path of peace and friendship, but we both have to work it together to make it work.
As a Haudenosaunee woman, how does it feel to uphold some leadership roles?
Well, I kind of just sort of feel like I'm just sort of doing what my grandmother and my mom have always told me to do. Like, don't be quiet, like get up there, you know what to do. Like, that's what I feel. Like, it's a sense of responsibility more than anything. And so being in spaces where it's like something needs to be said, well, then somebody has to say it. And if nobody's saying it, well, then I guess I'll say it. So for me, that's what I always firmly feel like my grandmother pushing me and my mom, you know, kind of right behind her, like, yeah, you better listen to your gram. My grandmother actually was a clan mother for the Oneida Nation, and my mom is one of our faith keepers. And so they always have this, you know, sense of duty, and I don't know, I guess I just was like born into that, you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. We appreciate your time and sharing your story.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ella. I was real honored to be interviewed by you today. So yeah, you should come check us out at Rematriation and, you know, come host some interviews over there.
I